This is a video that I really desperately did not want to make, but it's a video that must be made because this is what it has come down to. This is what we could expect for the rest of the year and likely many other Triple H pay-per-views to come. You remember after the Royal Rumble, I made a video saying WrestleMania 41 could be the worst WrestleMania card ever? I wouldn't really say this is the worst, but a lot of the matches that are taking place at WrestleMania 41 really aren't the very best. Like, when I look at this match card and I look at the quality of the Raws and SmackDowns that have been going on the road to WrestleMania, I've seen a lot of people talk about this too, but this does not scream like a road to WrestleMania. As if this WrestleMania is not worth missing, and it's like you won't miss a lot if you don't watch this WrestleMania. Obviously, this is taking place at Easter weekend. People might be spending time with their families, but it's like, go spend time with your family, dog. Like, there's nothing really there for WrestleMania, if you ask me. So yeah, this WrestleMania card, to be quite honest, at least to me, and the entire road to WrestleMania in general, is utter dog shit, in my honest and brutal opinion. A lot of the matches that are taking place on this show seem like they would be taking place on Raw or on SmackDown and stuff like that. And I know what people are going to say, right? I know what people are going to say. Oh, you're just mad about Gunther and Jey Uso. You're just mad your fantasy bookings didn't happen. Oh, WWE is the greatest. Triple H is the best booker of all time. No, the more that these fanboys say this shit is okay, the more we are going to get pay-per-views like this. The more we are going to get match cards like this for pay-per-views. And I am sick and tired of pretending like this shit is okay. Let's go over this match card, shall we? And tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments if you are genuinely looking forward to these matches, because my God, I pray for you, and I am happy for you that you are happy with a few of these matches that are happening at WrestleMania, because this WrestleMania card, I could honestly miss it and wouldn't give a damn about it. If my boss asked me to stay for a little bit at WrestleMania Night 1, a little bit later, fuck yeah, I'm taking it, because this WrestleMania card is not the best at all. Let's go over some of these matches, shall we? The War Raiders versus the New Day. Don't get me wrong, I love both tag teams, but does this match need to happen at WrestleMania, though? Compared to how good the SmackDown tag team division was doing, when they had almost literally every single tag team on SmackDown get involved with each other. We had the Street Profits, we had Motor City Machine Guns, we had DIY, we had Pretty Deadly, we had Los Garza. We had all these teams get involved in others' business, and instead of a multi-team ladder match at WrestleMania for the World Tag Team Championships, instead we are getting the War Raiders versus the New Day, which has literally no build besides maybe one false match that happened on Raw that ended in DQ. Like, that's pretty stupid. Don't even get me started on Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. I know Chad Gable is a very underrated talent, and we have been clamoring for years that Chad Gable deserves a push. But this is the shit that finally gets him on WrestleMania, is him mimicking Lucha Libre. And I heard a thing that said, like, El Grande Americano's no longer billed from the Gulf of America. Now he's from the Gulf of Mexico. Well, then why the fuck is his name El Grande Americano and not El Grande Mexicano? Like, what is this shit? Like, this has to be a mask versus mask match or something, because this match has no other reason to exist except haha funny. This is my bathroom break match. Then we got Gunther and Jey Uso. Listen, I get Jey Uso is over. I get that he sells a lot of t-shirts. And I get that Triple H is literally glazing him off the sun. But Jey Uso being a WrestleMania title challenger is not it. On a roster where we have Roman Reigns, on a roster that we have Seth Rollins, on a roster we have CM Punk, on a roster where we have AJ Styles, On a roster where we have Sami Zayn. On a roster that we have Randy Orton. On a roster that we have people that aren't even on this card. I could go on all day. We're getting Jey Uso. And Jey Uso is inevitably winning the world championship. Because he failed 3 times against Gunther. On Raw, they made it such a big deal. And you know when they mention statistics like that, where the underdog never beat like the big guy, that's when you know that they are going to beat the champion at WrestleMania. So Jey Uso is going to be the world champion. And what are you going to do afterward? Is Jey going to have a long reign? Is Jey going to have a short reign? What are we doing? And speaking of Roman, Seth, and Punk, this is a WrestleMania main event. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy that CM Punk is a WrestleMania main eventer. He has been bitching and whining about this for a decade. Cool. You know what match we could have got at WrestleMania? That would have been great? CM Punk versus Gunther. And when did we get that match? We've had that match, but that match never happened on TV. Yet, at least. It's happened on live events. House shows. Why the fuck are we getting Gunther versus Jey Uso and not Gunther versus CM Punk? Like, that is a WrestleMania match right there. Why are we getting that? Like, this whole thing doesn't even scream WrestleMania main event. There's no titles on the line. This isn't a number 1 contenders match. This isn't like a winner gets added to the Cody Cena match or something like that, or a winner gets like a world title shot at Backlash or something like that. No. This is Paul Heyman owes everyone a favor match. That's the build. Not the hatred that all 3 guys have for each other. You know, they talk a little bit about like the history of Roman and Seth and the Shield, and Punk helping Roman at War Games, and the rivalry between Punk and Rollins. They mention that a little bit. But mainly, this whole build is about Paul Heyman being Roman's wise man, Punk's best friend, and Seth apparently is owed a favor by Paul because Seth didn't kick Paul's ass. Like, what the fuck kind of bullshit is that? What kind of booking is that? Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair, don't get me wrong, it is a dream match, but they've built that like shit, especially after that horrendous unscripted promo. And they're trying so hard to make this feud seem personal, but nobody buys it. Like, the only saving grace of this would be if Tiffany retains at WrestleMania, because hopefully that can expand her stock a lot better in the company, because Charlotte Flair does not need to win a 15th Women's Championship. Oh, this pisses me off. The Women's Tag Team Championships. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, okay? I've seen this apparently at NXT Stand and Deliver. We are going to get a fatal 4-way tag team match where the winner becomes the number 1 contenders for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. We're supposed to get Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, Metaphor, Fatal Influence, and Gigi Dolan and what's-her-face, Chemical X, I think is the group name. And the winner is supposed to face the Women's Tag Team Championships whenever. You know what would have been great? Is if we had that match, and then that match happened at WrestleMania. Because I would love, to be quite honest, to see Liv and Raquel versus Roxanne and Cora. And that's how they get put on the main roster. Because Lyra Valkyria and Bayley, none of the women's mid-card championships, not the IC title and not the US title, are being defended at WrestleMania. What kind of booking is that? If you wanted Lyra and Bayley to be on the card that badly, put them in a one-on-one match for the title. Or if you wanted Liv on the card that badly, could have done a triple threat. Lyra, Bayley, Liv. There you go. There's a match right there. The women's tag team titles don't need to be defended at Mania. The women's tag team titles should have been scrapped years ago. We should have gotten one or both of the women's mid-card championships being defended at WrestleMania, because now you know what that screams to me and all the rest of the WWE fans, that everyone was right. The women's mid-card championships don't mean shit. They don't. That's what that screams to me. AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Why? It's just, so Logan has someone else to beat. Logan Paul's undefeated at WrestleMania. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to stay up until midnight on a Sunday to see my greatest of all time, my personal favorite of all time in AJ Styles, lose to a fucking YouTuber and a fake boxer. What kind of booking is that? I get it, okay? Prime's on the canvas. Prime's going to be at ringside. We're probably going to get Mr. Beast in a Prime bottle. But why the fuck does Logan Paul need to beat AJ Styles? This could be AJ Styles' last WrestleMania match, or maybe his second to last WrestleMania match. And we're wasting it on Logan Paul just to have Logan on the card. Doesn't make sense. Bianca, Io, and Rhea. This should have stayed one-on-one between Io and Bianca. Rhea Ripley, honestly, I get it. There's a lot of Rhea Ripley stands out there. There is a lot of people that will defend Rhea until they are in the fucking grave. But Rhea Ripley has been in the Women's World Championship picture for like 3 years now. She needs to stay away. Give Rhea a vacation or give her a meaningful feud. I mean, hell, we have a grudge match with the women on the WrestleMania card in Jade Cargill versus Naomi, which I'm not going to complain about. Jade and Naomi have honestly done a pretty good job building their feud, and they honestly deserve to be on the Mania card. I'm not even complaining about that. So Rhea should have feuds like that. Rhea should have one-on-one grudge feuds, built-up feuds without championships, and stay away from the world title picture. This should have been one-on-one Io and Bianca. This match would cook. But no, Triple H likes Rhea Ripley. Triple H loves booking Rhea Ripley in bloody everything. It's so annoying. It's dumb. I hate it. I don't want to see it. I hope Io retains, or at least Bianca wins. I really hope Rhea does not win back the Women's World Championship. Both her other reigns sucked. We don't need to see this anymore. And if I get any comments about this, I know it's going to be about the Rhea hate, quote-unquote hate, that I'm spewing in this video. But you know I'm right. Rhea should stay away from the Women's Championship picture. And the only match, really the only match that's worth anything is Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, because that's where the main shit's going to go down. That is like the most can't-miss match. Because either they're going to have Cena lose at his last WrestleMania, or Cena is literally going to make wrestling history and become a 17-time world champion. That is the one match, literally the only match, that I am looking forward to on this entire card, besides maybe, just maybe, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Because Jacob Fatu being U.S. champion would feed families. Don't get me wrong, I love that Roman, Seth, and Punk are in a triple threat match, but there is nothing at stake. This isn't worth it. It's just, who is Paul Heyman's friend? Cody and Cena, only match I'm looking forward to at WrestleMania. Hands down. We need to be honest about this. Do most of these matches that are happening at WrestleMania need to happen at a Mania? Because this feels to me like a fucking Raw card. It feels to me like a highway robbery. Like, imagine if this was still in the era where we had to pay for, like, pay-per-views, like on your cable box. And those things used to be $80. So imagine paying that twice for 2 nights. Paying $160 total, not counting food, not counting treats, booze, whatever. Like, what if you're inviting guests and you're watching it on TV? A lot like how people used to do with boxing events back in the day. Or, what if you're going to the venue? I heard the WrestleMania prices were fucking insane and they had to drop the prices. Does this scream like something you'd pay thousands of dollars to go and see? Or if you're from somewhere around the world, would you fly all the way to Las Vegas to watch this? spend your life savings, your kid's college fund for this? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't want to see it. But yeah, the more that we sit there and say this shit is okay, the more these Triple H fanboys sit there and say this is okay, I like this shit, this is cinema, I can't wait to see this, is the more we're going to get cards like this. Because remember when Triple H did that interview and he said, oh, the bitching and complaining from the fans in the IWC and all that shit isn't real life. Isn't real life. I don't pay attention to that. Okay, so thank you, Triple H, for telling us that you don't give a shit about your fan base. We're trying to give you criticism. We're trying to tell you, hey, this isn't really it. You know what I mean? This isn't really all that good. You know what I mean? This WrestleMania card ain't that good. And Triple H is just like, oh, you know, like, this is still going to be the greatest weekend of all time. And all these people complaining, they need to fucking stop it. We're giving you criticism. Sure. You know, I'm not going to plant a WWE a bad flag saying WWE needs to die. You know what I mean? But still, this is unacceptable. This shit's not okay. This is not WrestleMania. We had a great WrestleMania build last year. WrestleMania 40. That shit was perfect with the Cody Roman storyline and all those segments. Almost every single match that happened at WrestleMania had a very solid build, and it felt can't miss. This shit feels like an episode of Raw that you can miss because you probably have shit to do, like study for an exam or something. You know what I mean? But this isn't what it feels like now. This feels like something I could miss and not miss much. This doesn't feel like WrestleMania. This feels like a SummerSlam at best. Or this feels like a Crown Jewel. Or this feels like a Survivor Series. At least before they turned it to War Games. This doesn't feel like a WrestleMania to me. Besides maybe 1 or 2 matches that are happening on the card. This is not okay. Triple H needs to pick up his act. Because WrestleMania 41, I said this months ago, doesn't seem all that good. And it's not all that good. So hopefully this weekend is different. Hopefully I can sit here on Sunday night, Monday morning and say, holy shit, this WrestleMania was one of the best WrestleManias I've ever seen. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, at the way things are going right now, I'm not holding my breath at all. I'm not holding my breath. I'm not praying like Drew McIntyre for this and it happens. No. I'm not confident. But ladies and gentlemen, that's just my piece. I wanted to go out here and say my piece. What are your thoughts on this? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I'd very much like to hear your thoughts on WrestleMania. If you're new here, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on so that way you never miss an upload. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, this has been your boy Will from Will's Wrestling Corner. I will see you in the next video. Be good people. Please be good people. And peace. Later.